What's good, guys? Welcome back to Only Subs. We're doing hundreds of percent every single day in the Discord. If you want to join the Discord, link is in the description. But let me just get right into the charts right now, because today was absolutely just insane. The week has just been totally bearish on SPY and QQQ, and as of right now, the market's looking, it's in a bit of a tight spot right now. So the reason why I say that is because QQQ is actually very close to this trend line here, which is a macro trend line that I've been tracking that goes from all the way back here, okay? So right now, QQQ is sitting on that trend line. So as of right now, we got PCE data coming out tomorrow. Expectations are, presumably is going to be in line, which is good for the market, as in it should go up. So if the data does come out and it is in line based on the expectations, then it's very important to see QQQ hold at best. If it breaks this 456, 455 level, this is basically this trend line here, then you're looking really bad. Like the market is going to be pulling back at that point to as low as 450. Very big psychological round number down here for QQQ. End of day today, it just had that big flush. Again, it had that V-shaped recovery, which was looking bullish, but then the same thing happened on Monday, and the market makers created that pattern and then ultimately dumped it back down. So they did that again, and if this pattern is to repeat itself, like based on what happened today, so this was Monday, right? So then we had this push up and then it just dumped, right? So then today yesterday when we opened up on Wednesday, right here, we actually dumped even more, right? So then Wednesday and then Thursday was today. So today when we actually opened up here, we actually pushed up here. So then if the pattern is to follow through, we could, and again, it's all dependent on the PCE data. So tomorrow it's very important that QQQ clears this 464 level. I know some of you guys might have taken those PCE calls with me, and again, that's a pure data play. So it's just, you're taking a bet on data here, right? So if you guys are in those positions, you need to see this 465 level clear. Ultimately, this 467 needs to clear for bulls, and then you're looking pretty good for an actual reversal. Like today, we thought we were gonna get that, but we didn't, and it is what it is, right? That's why you guys gotta always manage risk, regardless. We did take those puts on SPY for 539, and again, what was happening? It just right over here was when I entered them, and then. Like I just joke about this, but then the market makers, they just, a lot of people that were short here are probably gonna cut when around this 545 level. But what do? They push it up even higher, and then that just gives longs, like bulls, a signal to long. Like that was a great signal to go long for as high as 549, 550. But lo and behold, the market makers again just dumped it back down. And again, call it manipulation, call it whatever you want. That's part of the game, right? And ultimately, guess what happened? The 539, 538 target hit, which was the original target that I originally had. So it is what it is. Like I said, guys, just you gotta manage risk at the end of the day. But as of right now, it's gonna be very dependent for the data tomorrow with SPY. If SPY loses this bottom here, this 537, this 535 is gonna be your next line here. If that 535 loses, then this pretty much open space down to like 530s. So yeah, it's very gonna be really dependent on PCE tomorrow. So these are your levels. Ultimately, it's we need to clear this 464, 465 level on QQ. Then we could hit this 467 golden pocket up here. As for SPX, and very similar to SPY here, this is rejected this golden pocket here earlier. When I called it out, I'm like, it doesn't look good here, and the shorts ultimately did capitalize on that, and then dumped it all the way down to this 5400 level. So tomorrow, into next week, you got to, bulls got to at least see a clearance of this 550 54, 58 level here, this golden pocket, and then we could potentially start to look bullish again. Again, on the macro, yes, we are bearish, but for some decent type of bullish reversal, you would need to see that happen. I mentioned to you guys in the Discord, VIX was going, flirting with this golden pocket here, and earlier today it did dump below and looked like that it was going to reject, and that's why the market was pumping at that time. But then at the last few hours started to pump up again, cleared the golden pocket here, and then ultimately tested this trend line here. This is a macro trend line that if it clears, which it's looks like it wants to get over it, but you really got to depend on tomorrow's data probably. That would validate a hot PCE data, would validate a push on the VIX here, and then the market could actually break through to new lows. So that's what you got to look out for on VIX here. Tesla is still not out of the woods. I mentioned to you guys this trend line, this macro trend line that goes from all the way back here, is still being tested, and it hasn't cleared it yet. It's still under. Tomorrow, Friday, it's going to print its weekly candle, and if that candle cannot hold above this 225-ish level, Tesla might be looking bearish going into next week. So it's very important for bulls to get over this trend line here, this 225, 226 level. But if not, then things could get ugly for Tesla, and it could come down to test these lower 200 levels in the coming week or so. So just watch out for those levels on Tesla. Coin, bull trap on coin, and that's partially because Bitcoin did not have its breakout. I told you guys it was they kind of just do it. Let me get the right ticker. They kind of just move in line, waiting for one another type of price action here. If I could just get the right. Here it is. Yeah. So this is. Yeah. So Bitcoin is still looking good. Regardless, the reason why it pulled back is because it didn't get the breakout. Like, this was an area that it tested, pulled back, and that's why you saw your coin get rejected there. So that's why coin is pulling back. It's still bullish. Just you didn't get the breakout. That's all it is. So now coin is still in this pennant. You need to see a further maybe consolidation into next week, and then maybe you get your breakout. And coin has earnings on August 1st. So just next week, guys. Next week, coin earnings. So if I don't know what the outlook is for coin, but that could be your catalyst for a breakout. Okay, so just be mindful of coin, and then you need to clear this 252 level that I've been mentioning this since like last week, since like a month now. But coin right now needs to clear this 252 level again, break out of this pennant, and then again maybe 300 could be in the near future. And again, if earnings is good, that will do it probably. You're gonna get a nice clean breakout and a straight shot up to as high as like 300. So we're gonna have to see how that goes. Nvidia, super great play on Nvidia. They called out two plays. Well, technically Akbar called out one, but massive winner on Nvidia today. Just shorts, like earlier you guys were with me on that one. We were shorting it down to 114 yesterday, and then that target hit, and then now we're at 110 actually. I think that the fib was a little bit different, but 114 was our target, and then 110, and then we even shorted it to 106, which was a banger play, guys. Congratulations for everybody that took that play. Currently looking bearish again with the market. If you lose this 106 level, your next level is going to be this 100. Very key psychological round number here, and then you got this big gap down towards 95. So if it breaks 100, guys, Nvidia is going to look pretty bearish at that point. Like, it's already looking bearish, but bulls, again, based on PCE and everything, needs to recover, has a shot at recovering, and will ultimately need to clear this 120 level, clear this 120 level, again, this 117, ultimately we'll need to get up to this 124, 125 level, which is this golden pocket. Break through that, we might have a shot at actually reversing without any type of fake outs. I know some of you guys are in snow. This was a great play that some of you guys took. That was like very risky play. I'm not sure why you guys took it, but sometimes you take those bets and they work out, and it's really great, right? Because you guys probably caught that yesterday all the way at the bottom here, and it was a great shot. It was a great play, actually. I'm very happy for you guys. And that shot up all the way through here. This was the line for longs to go long here, right? You break out of that, but guess what? It bull trap. Like this would have been this golden pocket here, broke out, clean breakout, giving a clear long signal, and then it just rejected it. So that was a lot of, I'm sure 100%, a lot of bulls got trapped over here at this 130. They went long and then started, and then snow just reversed, and then now it's back under the trend line and under the golden pocket, and now it just again missed the move at that point. So whoever took those early plays, yeah, that was a good eye. Like good on you guys. Yeah, I think it was Bliss and Trippin that pointed this one out. So congratulations, guys. Amazon. So Amazon was another play that I told you guys 175. Man, this was like, remember back over here when it was trading, it broke under, then it pushed all the way up. This was such a big push up, and then it pulled all the way back down and ultimately hit this 175 today. It is what it is. Like this is how, like I told you guys in the Discord, how it's kind of funny how the market makers they push the prices far beyond your stop losses, right? Wherever you might want to cut, like to guarantee any sort of person to get out of their position, which is right over here. We cut that day and then it's pushed all the way up here. Like who's gonna hold? This is signal like that it could be pushing up, right? You look at all that volume that came in, and all of this volume was completely meaningless because it just pulled back. And that's what happens sometimes. So unfortunately, like I said, that's why risk management and all that comes in. So if we had held those 175, oh man, they would have printed beautifully today. But anyways, Amazon is looking very bearish now. It couldn't hold this golden pocket. It's under this trend line here. Very key level, the psychological 180 level here. So if it can catch a bounce with the market, it has a shot at potentially reversing, maybe creating a inverse head and shoulder pattern under this golden pocket, under this trend line, and then could possibly break out after that. So watch out for that. Otherwise, it's coming back down to 175 and then ultimately low 170s. Apple had another one of these just failed attempt at breaking out at 220. There was a big whale that bought in a $4 million in the money 220 calls for August around when Apple was testing this golden pocket here, and then again, like there was just no push in the market today. The bears are just fully in control and just really wrecking the bulls at this point. So that's what's happening with Apple right now. It rejected this golden pocket. Right now it looks like it wants to come back down to 215, low 215, 213 level, and then from there on it could just make a new low after that. Again, really depends on the data tomorrow that's going to come out. Apple needs to get over this 220, then can head as high as 224 again. So just watch out for those levels on Apple. Microsoft also, I said to you guys, this was a great setup to go long, but again, very risky because there was no confirmation bounce or wick, and it looked like there was going to be a wick, but very last minute today, like last hour or so, the market just decided to just dump, and now it's still holding this trend here. Very critical point for a lot of stocks going into Friday tomorrow. But as of right now, Microsoft looks like a great long setup. Pretending there is no data tomorrow, but I could see Microsoft coming as high as 430 to 435 level, maybe even coming as high as 450 in the near future. But that would have to solidify this being a bottom here. Otherwise, it could break down. If Microsoft loses that, It's coming down to like 400s, to like low 400s, and then you break this dark pool. This is a very big dark pool level here. You break that, then it's coming down to as low as 390s. So those are your levels on Microsoft, but we really gotta see, like I said, like over and over I say, you gotta wait till tomorrow. And then we got IWM here creating a bullish pennant here. Still no big move on it. It looked pretty. It was moving up very nicely today, and then just started rejecting on this off of this pennant pattern. So maybe come next week or this week it could have a breakout. I would, depending on the rotation of the stocks and looking at how weak QQQ possibly is, you could see a breakout in the small caps, right? So IWM might break out if QQQ and SPY are actually going to be really weak going into next week. So you gotta see, just look out for IWM. Those are your levels on IWM. You break out of this, you could test this 226 level, basically this high, and then 230s right after that. Otherwise, you're coming down all the way down to probably 213 again if this breaks down. You break down here, test 216, and then ultimately come down here. Pretty big support at 213 over here. And that's about it. So if you guys enjoyed this, join the Discord, link in the description. I'll see you guys next time.